Oh my god. I did not think this would be the first video I do after what, 2 years and not posted on YouTube or something? Two or so years. But hey, here we go. Let's see if I still got it.
Thanks for follow.
Copy. Alright, my command wants to talk to you, so.
Nah.
Yep.
I'ma do my own thing.
Then do your own thing over there.
Nah.
You're on contract to space, dude.
I'ma do my own thing.
Are you tired of Genshin dragging their humongous nuts on your face? Are you tired of having too much to do? Or maybe too little to do in Genshin? Or maybe you're tired of pulling for your favorite mommy character and not even being able to fully utilize her because you have to get to AR 30 just to unlock the region that has all the materials to farm up for her, locked behind quests. Aren't you tired? For the 3rd year anniversary for Genshin Impact, you get 3 single pulls. Well, guess what, sweetheart? I'm here to solve your problem.
How did they think that was okay to even put it in the game? I'm so sick of this fuck.
If you have been keeping up with current events going on in Genshin Impact, you would find out that there is a lot of speculation of Genshin Impact view botting, censoring content creators, and blatantly ignoring its player base. You would also know that there is a lot of drama between content creators, especially revolving this bald, lovable white guy 1v9ing other creators. However, this video will not be covering any of those things. Instead, what I'll be covering is the main problem, which is the game itself. I will be breaking down the problems into 3 categories. 1 being the Genshin story, 2 quality of life in endgame, and 3 Genshin's reward system. So if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, and mostly share so that more people can get more knowledge of this video, and hopefully, just hopefully, we can finally get some changes happening into Genshin in terms of its rewards, quality of life in endgame, and story. To new players and old players alike, when it comes to playing Genshin, there are times we do not want to sit down and listen to Paimon all day, especially when it comes to her repeating the same dialogue 5 times in a row before we continue to progress in the story. However, there's a very simple solution to the problem.
Skip. But when does this game get fucking good?
If you're a new player in Genshin, Genshin can be a humongous world for you to explore, literally and physically. Not only is it time consuming because not only are you spending hours just exploring the world, but it's also time consuming because you have to hear Paimon repeat the same quote that you literally just read yourself multiple times in an unskippable dialogue. The easiest solution to story and exploration? Skip button. I'm going to explain how a skip button is going to benefit not only older players, but newer players as well. If you think that Genshin's story is something that is not skippable, you're sadly mistaken. Here's why. 1, there are a lot of YouTubers that cover story. Some channels that are mainly about Genshin story unskipped. So, if you want to watch story at a later time, it can help out by watching those videos. That helps out because now those creators or content creators also get more video. More video and content from these creators means more revenue essentially for Genshin Impact because they're going to be attracting more audiences. Now, having a skip button also helps save time for new players that want to level up their new characters, but they can't because they have to get to specific stories and complete said stories before they can unlock regions to level up said characters. One main example, Arataki Ito, Raiden Shogun, any Inazuma characters at that. You want to level up any Inazuma characters? Guess what? You need to get them at AR 30. You want to know why? Because there's a quest that needs to be unlocked at AR 30 just to unlock Inazuma. And even when you get to Inazuma, you're restricted because you have another quest that you need to get your permit to unlock the other areas as well too. And some bosses being connected to a quest. Say for instance Raiden Shogun's boss. So, having a skip button would definitely save you a whole lot of time. I know I myself would definitely need that because I do other things outside of Genshin. I have work, I have school, I play other games. However, I want to play Genshin sometimes too. And it'd be really nice if every time I was on Genshin, I didn't get easily bored because the story takes 14 hours to complete, or I can't play my favorite character because the region is locked. I mean, I haven't even finished Sumeru. I haven't even touched it, barely. And I want to get Nahida, so it's going to be real difficult having to deal with that. But I guess we'll see how this goes. Number 2, quality of life and endgame. The easiest solution for quality of life, more resin. More resin? But wouldn't that break the game? No, and here's why. Genshin is constantly expanding. We even have a new artifact domain that we just recently got. However, for those multiple characters, there are a lot of things connected to resin. You have worldly bosses, weekly bosses, farming ley lines, farming artifact domains, character ascension materials, weapon ascension materials. All of those things are connected, and for you to only get 160 a day, maybe 320 after the refresh if you're playing in the day and then later on in the evening or nights, it is very limited supply. So if we have an increase of artifacts and characters and weapons in the game, there needs to be an increase of resin and even a condensed resin cap. Condensed resin definitely helps save time, but you can only make 4 at a time. That is very difficult. Even the amount of resin we get on a daily isn't enough to make the max, which is 5 at the moment. You get 4. That's blue balling. How you one off like that? So having an increase in resin will definitely save time. Now, how does this correlate to the first thing? More time you save in story is more time you spend on leveling up more time you can spend on leveling up your characters. Less time you spend on leveling up your characters, more time you have actually playing the characters that you want. And the stronger your characters are, the faster you breeze through monsters and story, essentially. So they all correlate as well. Also, endgame players. Aren't you tired of coming into the game only doing your dailies for 60 primo gems, completing the event early, already finishing Spiral Abyss and having nothing else to do? Well, to be honest, I don't even know a solution for you. I'm gonna just be completely honest. If anything, I think either bringing some old events back, because most of the old events, say for instance Albedo's Quest, actually tie into the story. And they seem like they really want to push out the story because they give you 14 hours of story in Sumeru. So I don't think bringing back old quests would be too difficult, because still they can have it either for a limited time or whatever. But bringing those quests will not only help new players also get weapons or skins that they potentially have missed out on, but it'll also give them entertainment, something to do, or even come up with a new game mode that's something that's not limited, something permanent that OG players can do. Because who really enjoys, I mean, well, let me not say who, because maybe some people do. I know I don't. But do you enjoy going into Genshin just farming for your character, grabbing berries, farming the same thing over and over again? You probably do. I personally, I don't. So having a game mode that can be interactive, maybe even co-op if you'd like it to, but something that can be done and rewards given from it are actually beneficial. Not just some measly old 800 primo gems, which is only going to get you 5 pulls, and we already see what 3 pulls can do for you. But something that can actually be beneficial, maybe even 10 pulls. It's not just standard banner characters either, or standard banner pulls, but limited pulls as well, if not both. But helping out with endgame brings more players. because players that used to play the game would come back in. This will help also content creators because then they'll have something to do, something that might be more entertaining other than grabbing berries every single time they make a stream or anything of that sort. So definitely something for EndGame, for something to do. Quality of life, which also in turn brings more revenue to the game. The more characters that some people have, free to play or pay to win, then the more things that they can try out. A lot of people, is not that they don't have a lot of characters, they don't have the ability to level them up efficiently. Because either one, they need to set up a team, and their teams probably aren't built yet, or they just have too many characters and they're just focusing on building one character. But how do these solutions also benefit Genshin? Because in the end, it's all about putting money into Genshin's pockets. How does this benefit them? Well, more players equals more revenue. More player enjoyment is better for business. If a lot of players are enjoying the game, or even more players than already now are enjoying the game, that'll bring more revenue. Because now Genshin has a better reputation than they do now, because their reputation right now seems to be going down the drain. But that'll increase more sponsors being willing to sponsor Genshin. That'll increase more players coming into the game, and essentially that'll be better for business once we get more better quality of life and more interactions and gameplay in the game. Last but not least, the reward system. Also, another point that I want to mention in terms of quality of life, remodeling some characters. Say for instance, Albedo, Ito, Rosario. It's a whole lot of characters, but the main two I wanted to point out was Albedo and Ito. When I was pulling for Albedo, I was expecting this. This is what I got. And when I was pulling for Ito, I was expecting this. And then this is what I got. So, buffing Ito's arms, buffing Albedo's face and hair, maybe even height, and other characters as well, such as Rosaria. I'm sure you guys know what I mean by that. Genshin's reward system has always been something that has been very tedious. Whether it's when you get to higher ARs, the reward you get from there, completing Spiral Abyss, or even the events. Everything has been very lackluster in terms of rewards, anniversary rewards, Chinese New Year rewards, all of that. Even now, we only get 3 pulls. The easiest solution for the reward system is a 5-star character weapon selector. Now, you would think, wait, a free 5-star character selector? You mean standard banner? No, I mean every single 5-star in the game right now. A selector for them, the characters, and the weapons. Now, here's why I say this. 1, that would be a good compensation, not only for old players, but for new players. Old players that missed out on characters, having a selector to at least pick one of your favorite characters would be nice. And we already have a system like that, because in a few weeks or so, we'll be able to pick a free 4-star from Leeway to add onto our team. And if you already have the character, it becomes a constellation. Now, I was watching a YouTuber, Joshua Jones, and he was elaborating on something. He was saying more of a constellation item, but I think this is a little bit better because 1, you get to pick the character, and if you already have said character, you get a constellation. This is also helpful because most free-to-play players probably don't have 5-star weapons and probably don't pull on 5-star weapon banners either, because the weapon banners, well, both banners suck in general. But having the ability to pick a 5-star of your choice, character or weapon, enables more people to try different things. And for those people that can't beat or fully beat Spiral Abyss with free 36 stars because they don't have a strong enough weapon, or maybe they don't have the character that they really want, well, now they have that opportunity to get that either once or twice a year. Personally, I think that they should probably do it. I think they should do it twice a year, Chinese New Year and then anniversary, because anniversary I believe is in September the 28th. But that's just me. Now, here's how it benefits Genshin. Whenever you think of anniversaries, you think, oh, this is a time where new players can come into the game, be able to get something that will help them throughout their game, make their gameplay even more smooth and enjoyable. And how does it help old players as well too? It helps them because it helps them be more diverse. It's a reward where they can feel as though their work or hours that they contributed into the game actually matter. This is where the 5-star character selector helps, because new players are going to be like, oh, I can get a new free 5-star character. I can get that my favorite character that I've seen from all these trailers. I've seen Raiden Shogun in the trailers, or I've seen Ganyu in the trailers, or Zhongli, or Arataki Ito, and now they'll be able to get one free copy of them. I think some people usually forget that every single character has 6 constellations, and every single weapon has 5 refinements. Getting one copy of said characters or one copy of a weapon is going to at least do something. It's going to make an impact to your account, but it's not going to be broken. It's not going to break your gameplay. If anything, that is a very good reward for the players that have already played the game. Here's how. It will be a way of saying, you know what? Thank you, player. Thank you for playing my game for 3 years. You know what? I know you missed out on that one character. Here, we're going to help you out by giving you an ability to at least pick one of your favorite characters for free. Or you know what? You want to make your character stronger? Here, take this free weapon. That's how I think this will very much benefit the game. And also, this solves up another problem that wasn't really too much of a problem, but it was a slight problem. Character rerun banners. Aren't you tired of waiting 2.5 years for your favorite character or one character that you want that'll benefit your account before their banner comes back out? Well, guess what? You only have to wait once a year or maybe twice a year now. So that's also another way that indirectly solves that problem, because now you don't have to wait for Albedo's rerun in 2 years. You can actually pick him now, and it's not like you're getting him Constellation 6. You're just getting a copy of him. Or you know what? What if you wanted Hunter's Path for Tanari? Do you know that you can't get Hunter's Path anymore unless they figure out a way to implement it into the weapon system or the weapons banner system? You would think that, oh, since Tanari is now a standard banner character, they also brought his weapon to the standard banner, or you might lose the 50-50 to it. Nope. You can't do that for Tanari's weapon. You can't do that for Dea's weapon. You can't do that for Jade Cutter, and maybe other weapons as well. So, this is also another way that solves that problem for unobtainable items such as those. Now, as we said before, the happier that the community is, the better it is for business, the better it is for everyone. Because if you don't enjoy something, the likelihood of you playing or doing that certain thing is very slim. But if you do enjoy doing something, the more you're going to do it. So this is how everyone can also be happy. When more players are happy with the rewards, then there'll be less complaints, which is better for business. The new players that come in, because they see the rewards that they can get, they will start coming in more. More people will start publicizing that. Publicizing that. So, essentially, these solutions will not only help newer players and older players, this will also help Genshin for its business now and coming into the future. Now, every single thing, resin included, whenever they come out with new stuff, of course, there's going to need to be an increase of things like resin, material, the amount of gold we get, things of that nature, because there's going to always continue to add new characters, new weapons, new things like that. So with the more that we get, we also need more in terms of what we get in resources and things of that nature. So those are the solutions that I've thought of and came up with in terms of fixing the problems that we as Genshin players have at the moment. If you have any problems with Genshin, or if you have some solutions, let me know in the comment section below. And even better, make your own video. I personally wasn't planning on making a video in general for anything as of right now, because I don't think my channel is ready for me to come back. However, I felt the obligation that I needed to say something, and so here I am. So if you also have something that you would like to say in terms of Genshin, I would highly recommend that you stand on business, put your foot forward, and do something. Because if you're not doing anything, nothing is going to change. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's hopefully get some changes implemented for the better benefit of Genshin and its players, importantly.